Good morning from Kusadasi, Turkey. We arrived bright and early on Mother's Day, and what better way to celebrate than with breakfast overlooking a brand new port of call. Before heading into port, we exchanged U.S. currency for Turkish lira right on board the Celebrity Infinity. Super convenient and helpful since many ports in Kusadasi, including Ephesus, don't accept U.S. currency. Definitely worth exchanging before you explore. Our original plan was to find a recommended travel agency nearby, but we were quickly greeted by a sea of eager taxi drivers, so we pivoted and decided to make the most of the adventure and go with the first friendly face. Pro tip: always clarify where you want to go and lock in the full cost of the round trip. We settled on $3,100 in lira, or USD $80, for a private tour to Ancient Ephesus plus 4 more stops. Our driver was fantastic, and his 12-year-old nephew tagged along for the ride. He suggested scenic spots for photos and shared that taxi drivers earn points for each location they take tourists. Average per group is 3 points, so we told him we'd help him earn 5 that day. First stop, Ancient Ephesus. Admission was about $40 per person. Cards or lira accepted. No US dollars. We skipped the audio guide and just absorbed the stories from passing tour groups. I didn't want to be tethered to a tour guide or group. I stood in awe, imagining the Apostle Paul preaching on the road, John the disciple passing through, or Mary having walked through some of the doorways of the ancient town. It is believed she spent her last years in the area, and supposed house is just up the hill. We came upon an amphitheater, so neat to walk up the winding steps and then peering down to the stage where dramas and ancient public events had been performed. We learned that when you see a wider cavern at the base of the stage, where possibly a moat could have been, it was most likely used for gladiator fights as well. This one didn't have a moat. Darn it. My highlight? The Library of Celsus. Once the third largest library in the ancient world, holding 12,000 scrolls, and yes, Celsus himself is buried underneath. So many people crowding the area all around the library that it was hard to get a clean snap, but we still managed a few. We weren't able to read some of the scripts, however, some areas had signs that were in English and explained what we were looking at. We walked past the library and enjoyed another highlight, the ancient marketplace, which seemed to be close to the cemetery. Tombs were above ground. We saw another amphitheater a bit larger. However, there was construction being done, so we couldn't walk up to it. The ancient city was a lot to take in, and so we enjoyed our walk, peacefully wandering. On with locations that the cab driver recommended. He took us to the Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. This once grand Greek temple stood in Ephesus and was considered a marvel of its time. By AD 401, it had been ruined or destroyed, and today only a single pillar and foundation fragments remain. After Artemis, we were swept away to a town called Selçuk, a gift shop where Turkish hospitality welcomed us. Apple tea, baklava, olives, dried fruit, breads and oils. Yes, please. We spent some time here enjoying, relaxing, and learning about spices that help with natural healing. We bought some saffron, menthol salts, rose water, and some souvenirs. We then visited the Heirloom Weaving Center, supported by the Turkish government. The detail, the skill, it gave me a whole new appreciation for handmade rugs. We were shown how silk is made, dyed, and what they have to do in order to make silk finer and softer. The young tour guide was so kind, and we joked that he rolled out the red carpet for us. When we came outside, there was a man that I started up a conversation with. Go figure. I told him I had my own travel company. Did you know that? Yeah, it's called Lamp and Light Travel. Anyway, he showed us his quaint little eating area on the back side of the shop. He also gives bus tours, so we swapped cards and hope to do business promoting each other. Next stop, Prom, a jewelry shop showcasing zoltanite, a rare gemstone almost as rare as diamonds and locally sourced in the area. At least that's what they told us. Zoltanite changes color in the light. The staff was very friendly, and though we let them know up front that neither of us were much for bling, they allowed me to walk outside with the ring on my finger to experience the color change, not something you'd be allowed to do in the United States. And of course, a leather shop. Julie tried on a few jackets and pretended to consider a few, but we got out of that one with the classic, "Better ask the husband. Thanks for answering the phone, Scott." We ended our tour back at port with hugs all around. We became like family after sharing stories and traveling together for 6 hours. Some of the vendors at port tried to keep us around. One said I looked like his mom, which, ouch. I was hoping for more of a sister vibe. Kusadasi definitely owns a strong sales pitch vibe, but as long as you stay polite and firm, it's all part of the fun. We wrapped up our day with the souvenirs in hand, and, well, the buffet was calling. Swimming, gym, maybe the next day. What a day to remember. From ancient wonders to Turkish treats, Mother's Day 2025 was one for the books. Make sure to like, subscribe, and join me again as we explore even more of the Greek Isles.